Hello, welcome back to Premier League Dad. My name is Kee. We are live yet again for another night of footy. We got two games for you tonight. First up, we've got in the UEFA Conference League, or the UEFA Europa Conference League, depending on which way you want to phrase it. UEFA Conference League, we have FC Hegelmann of Lithuania up against St. Patrick's of the League of Ireland. 1-0 up from the first leg, St. Pat. So it's back in Lithuania tonight for the second leg. It's going to be a very, very big game. Very important game. Can St. Pat's make it through to the second qualifying round? Really looking forward to it. It's about 20 minutes or so to kick off. We'll go through the lineups. We'll go through everything shortly. If you're watching with us, please make sure you give us a like and give us a subscribe and all that good stuff. It massively, massively helps. Right, let's just get everything all set up here. And I do just want to say a big, big thank you. If you haven't already, hang on. I just want to say, first and foremost, a big, big thank you to our sponsors on this channel, Match Bingo. I should shuffle over this way a little bit. Match Bingo, continuing to sponsor Premier League Dad and all of our lives on this channel. They are a great, great bunch of guys over at Match Bingo. If you haven't yet, please do go and check them out. They're a great, great bunch of guys. Go and download the app. You can download the app by clicking the link on my description and depositing just £5. If you deposit £5, you get £10 free with my Premier League Dad link. There's over £250 to be won on every single game. And not only is there over £250 to be won, there's over £250,000 already been paid out in prize money to over 10,000 players across the UK. Go and check them out. Great bunch of guys at Match Bingo, and the app is growing incredibly quickly. So yeah, go and check them out. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know your thoughts. And if you do have a win, let me know. Yeah, I like a whiskey. And with that said, let's get stuck into tonight's live. Let's get stuck into tonight's live. Yeah, definitely get stuck into tonight's live. There you go. That's what we wanted to see. That's a little bit better, isn't it? Right. Perfect. I think we're all set. Yes. Okay. Right. 18 minutes to kick off. Let's get shut of that. I will put the lineups up on screen just before kick off, because I know a few of you have asked about that. So I will put the lineups up on the screen. There's lots of games tonight in the Europa League and in the Conference League, of course. This being just one of them. Tonight we are focusing on the women's quarter-final in the UEFA Women's European Championship. Sweden against England. That's a 8 o'clock kickoff, so we'll be live for that straight after this one. But first up, it's a big, big game for St. Pat's, and really, really looking forward to it. Let's just get the lineups all set. Melia is starting up front. That's the big news. Melia starting up front for St. Pat's. There'll be maybe a few Spurs fans keeping an eye out for him. Mason Melia. Is it 1.8 million? 1.8 million, that deal has already been agreed to take Mason Melia to Tottenham Hotspur. I think it's next year when he actually ends up going. But next year, big year for Mason Melia. Could he make it in the Premier League? Come on, sort it out. Right, there you go. This is what we wanted, isn't it? Let's change that. Put that one on. Come on. There you go. Is that the one? Yeah, there you go. Right. So, if I just shorten that. Right, that is the lineup for this game so far. That is the lineup we are on. Don't worry, I will take the lineup down in just a few seconds, but I did just want to let everyone know that that is the lineup. Those are the lineups. So we have Sarkauskas in goal, Duke, Joric, Armales and Upstas at the back for Hegelmann. It's Antanavicius, Kojic in midfield, and it's Leo Kozlowskis Shkedri, and then Enjoyer up front. Enjoyer is that. Yeah, so we shall see. Oh, hang on a second. Where's that? Come on, sort yourself out here. I'm all over the place. Right, we'll turn that one off. We'll come back to that in a minute. We'll come back to that shortly. Wim Malfay, PSG have got the new goalkeeper. Who's that? Not Brett May. How's it going, mate? Good to see you. Good to see you. Right, this one, it has started. In the Raudond Varis Stadium. The Raudond Varis Stadium in Hegelmann in Lithuania. Huge, huge night for St. Pat's. Marco, hi, are you watching a game today? I am, mate. Yes, I am watching Hegelmann of Lithuania against St. Patrick's Athletic of the League of Ireland. It's in the UEFA Europa Conference League. It's the first round of qualifying. It's the second leg. Hegelmann 0, St. Pat's 1 from the first leg. So that's what we're watching now. It's a 5 p.m. kickoff. Straight after this, we're going to be doing the Women's Euros game. So we're going to be doing Sweden and England tonight. That one's going to be fantastic. Really looking forward to that, to see if the Lionesses can indeed make it through to the semis. Everyone's expecting them to, really, aren't they? Right. Let's catch up on the chat. Sorry, I'm not ignoring you. Watership Jota, Ekatiki, it is then probably. Yeah, it looks like it now, doesn't it? Samir, how's it going, Samir? Good to see you, mate. Yeah, good to see you. How are we doing? I am very, very well, sir. Very, very well. Right, Wim, where can we watch this game? Well, I am watching it on Solid Sports. I'm watching it on Solid Sports, but I don't know if you can watch it anywhere else, or where in the world you're able to watch it. Welcome to Memeland. How's it going, mate? Good to see you. Hello, how's it going? Watership Jota, happy enough. Isaac is the dream, but I like the efficiency. The thing is, the way I see it anyway, is there's not really too many centre forwards that Liverpool could have got that would improve them. In my opinion, anyway. I don't think there's too many centre-forwards out there that are available, that are realistic, beyond your obvious, Haaland and Mbappe. Once you get beyond those, there's really not that many, is there? There really isn't that many. You look at maybe Alvarez, maybe Isaac, and then after that, it's not really an obvious upgrade, is there? There's not too many obvious upgrades. Samir, thank you for that, mate. Samir, appreciate that. Sam, good to see you. How's it going? Yeah, there really isn't too many obvious upgrades. There's Sesko out there, there's Ekatiki out there, there's Gyökeres out there. It just doesn't feel like there's a really, really strong centre-forward market, to be honest. And yeah, the way I'm looking at it, I'm thinking actually maybe Ekatiki probably is the best of an uninspiring bunch. Now, I quite like Ekatiki. I have gone on record to say that, I don't think he's a particularly wonderful centre forward. I don't think he's going to, blow the socks off the Premier League or anything. He's a very, very good player. He reminds me a little bit of David Trezeguet. There's a little bit of the David Trezeguet about him. He's quite gangly. He's got a good touch. Got a turn of pace about him. He even falls when he finishes. There's a lot to like about Ekatike. That's not to say he doesn't have areas of his game that he needs to work on. He's still 22. He's still young. But yeah, I'm content. I am content. Very content. Sam, any matches? Yeah, that's what we're watching right now, mate. We're watching Hegelmann against St. Patrick's Athletic. That's what we're watching tonight. Conference League, second leg. First round of qualifying, second leg. Yeah, 1-0 up from the first St. Pat's. So, yeah, we'll see. Sammy, is Kanate leaving? Yeah, I think he is, mate. I think he is, sadly. I think it's almost certainly going to happen. Almost certainly going to happen. Carl Fleck, Newcastle played Liverpool with the Ekatiki deal, got them off Isaac's back and got them spending 80 million quid. Well, we needed a centre-forward, didn't we? Everyone knew we needed a centre-forward. We've been talking about needing a centre-forward all summer, and really beyond, like I said, beyond Isak, beyond Alvarez, Ekatiki's probably the next best thing. So, hey, why not? Why not? 10 minutes or so to kick off. We've just gone through the lineups. Be yourself, Dylan. How's it going, Dylan? Good to see you. My latest video is a banger. I haven't seen it yet, mate. I haven't been busy today. I've been busy for the last couple of days. Yeah, my little girl's graduated, so I've been doing dad stuff and family stuff. Watership Jota, Newcastle have wanted Ekatiki for like 3 years now. They'll probably lose Isak next season. Oh, absolutely. It was the worst thing that Newcastle, from a long-term perspective, I think Newcastle have shot themselves in the foot, because Isak is almost certainly leaving next season. Almost certainly leaving. And do you know what? I still wouldn't put it. I still would not put it beyond him. I still not would put it beyond him to put in a transfer request before the end of this summer. Yeah. Because listen, again, we talked about it last night, didn't we? We talked about it last night. It's unsurprising, and clubs just don't. Clubs don't put bids in for players. Clubs do not put bids in for players unless they've had encouragement from said player that they want it to happen. Just doesn't happen. Doesn't happen in any world. Doesn't happen. So Liverpool have only bid. Liverpool have only bid for Isak because Isak has said, "Yeah, I'm in. I am in. Let's go. Come on, let's do it. Absolutely, let's do it." Reece Ethan Wanyeri's looking to have signed a new contract. We love to see it. Top player. Yeah, top player. Top player. Sam McNeil, how's it going? Good to see you, Sam. Not Brett May. Where will Arsenal finish? Well, I mean, Arsenal are being linked with João Palhinha today, aren't they? João Palhinha. Honestly, I just look at it and I think there's no way, absolutely no way that Arsenal finish in the top two. Certainly, maybe they finish third, but I think Chelsea will probably be over, usurping them this season. Madueke, Norgard, Palhinha maybe. I just don't see it. I think they're going to struggle. Stephen Brady, Shells went through, hoping all is well from Dublin Hammers fan. Good to see you, Stephen. Yes, Shells did go through. It was a great game that last night, wasn't it? Really enjoyed it. Sam, been watching the Open, mate. Been up since 7 a.m. Christ, rather you than me, mate. Well done. Enjoy. You've, honestly, I couldn't watch the golf. Couldn't watch it. Carl, Isak never said he wanted to leave for Liverpool. Well, I mean, all evidence suggests otherwise, doesn't it, Carl? Come on. All evidence suggests otherwise. Be yourself, Dylan. England to win tonight? I think so, yeah. I think so. I am backing them too, anyway. Dragon Artworks, good to see you. Reece, how are you getting Palhinha in that midfield with Rice there? He's not better than Rice. I don't know why you get Rice, Palhinha, Zubamendi, Odegaard. Obviously there's going to have to be some change, but it's mad. Stephen, I did first time watching along. Nice, like it. Well, hopefully you stick around and you're a regular from now on, Stephen. But yeah, it's good to have you, mate. Really is good to have you. Thanks for coming back. Sam, just not your thing, mate. Golf, cricket. I mean, I'm sad. I am an absolute football nerd. I am 100% football. I know nothing about any other sport, really. I follow a bit of the rugby league because I'm from St Helens, so it'd be sacrilegious if I didn't, know a little bit about rugby league. You play rugby league in school growing up here, so it's just something you have to do. It's conditioned inside of you. But darts maybe a touch, but honestly, I don't really follow any other sports. But hey, to each their own. If I just can't. I invest too much in football. I invest everything in football. Jonathan, thoughts on Villa's upcoming season? You need a couple of players, Villa, don't you? You definitely need another player. And, well, another couple of players. Definitely short a few. Carl, what evidence? Well, the evidence that Liverpool bid. The evidence that Liverpool approached, let's say. Not bid. Liverpool approached, right? Liverpool don't approach unless there is a very, very clear intent from Alexander Isak. There's no way that happens. Jake, Liverpool missed out on Isak, told you so. Well, like I said, mate, you've got a striker now who's obviously said he wants to leave. So, you know, good luck. I mean, I don't know what to say to you. Like I said, I did say last night, you asked me whether I thought it would happen. I said I was 60% sure. 60% sure that it would happen. Which is effectively the flip of a coin, isn't it? 50-50, 60% sure I thought Isak would go, purely because Isak had said, I'm game for going. But evidently, you know, it is what it is. He's staying. And that's fine. I'm content with that. Like I said to you last night, we'll win the league without him. We'll win the league with him. Samir X69, I think Gyökeres is kind of overrated. Oh, he's massively overrated. Yeah, he's massively overrated. No doubt. Sam, football, golf, and F1 are my top 3, mate. Have you ever played foot golf? I mean, I don't know about watching it as a sport, but I tell you what, I played foot golf on a stag do about 6 months ago, and it was wicked. Loved it. It was absolutely brilliant. I would fully recommend that. It was in York as well. I don't know if no, I don't know what it's called, but go and check it out. York foot golf. It was wicked. Stephen heard Harrington started with a bogey. Couldn't tell you. Okay, 4 minutes to kick off. I tell you what, St. Pat's have travelled very, very well here. St. Pat's have travelled exceptionally well. They're over in Lithuania in their droves for this one. Oliver Murty, I used to like Liverpool under Klopp. Your fan base has become so hateable, it's insane. I mean, there's an argument that that's the same for Newcastle fans. A lot of Newcastle fans getting hate. But again, look, social media does that, doesn't it? Look at Twitter, you see the worst of everything. Be yourself, Dylan. I played football tennis while at my grandma's in Moffat yesterday. Nice. Football tennis. Joe, it's chucking it down today with all the Scousers' tears. The Scousers' tears? Mate, we won the league at a canter last year. We won the league at an absolute canter last year. We walked it. We had it wrapped up by Christmas. If you think for 1 second Liverpool, who've just signed Florian Wirtz, Kirkes, Frimpong, Mamadashvili, probably going to wrap up Ekitike, and maybe Rodrigo, we're in talks for Rodrigo. If you think for 1 second Liverpool are anything other than absolutely made up with this season, you are having a laugh. You're about as deluded. Listen, you're talking about Scouser tears. I'll tell you something. You've just signed, or you're about to sign. Actually, you're not. I forgot. You've gone to bid for Johan Wisser. 29-year-old Johan Wisser. You was going to get Ekitike and have him up front in a 4-4-2, apparently. Oh, now it's Johan Wisser. 29 years old, Johan Wisser. And he's fucked you off as well. Alex Crooks at TalkSports just announced it. Johan Wisser prefers Tottenham. Oh, it's shocking. Wisser's better than Ekitike on your bike. Johan Wisser has averaged, I think, 8 or is it 9 goals a season for 3 years running before last year. He had a good season last year. If you pay 40 million quid for him, you've been ripped off. You have been ripped off. Absolutely ripped off. Absolutely ripped off. Jack Ryan, can't wait for Ekitike personally. Yeah, honestly, he reminds me an awful lot of Trezeguet. David Trezeguet. That's what he reminds me of. Great player. Not Brett May. How many Premier League goals will Gyökeres score? I think maybe 10. 10 to 12. Nah, so maybe 15. I've got a bet on that he scores less than 20 with some of the lads on here. Stephen Brady, Pats to win 2-0. Pats to win 2-0. Yeah, maybe. Well, we're very near to kick-off. 60 seconds to go. Clips HQ, what channel is this on? It is on Solid Sport. Oliver Murty, how does it feel? You're going to lose Canate and Diaz. Fine, yeah. I imagine what probably happens is we get Gay and Rodrigo in exchange. Canate to Real Madrid, Rodrigo back the other way. Diaz has been looking like he's been going for a while. Most Liverpool fans have made the peace with that, and if we get Rodrigo coming in, that's a pretty decent exchange. So pretty happy with that. So yeah, if Rodrigo comes in for Diaz, that's all good. And yeah, Gay. I mean, look, obviously I'd rather keep Canate, but if he wants to go to Madrid, he wants to go to Madrid. I kind of just feel pity for him at this minute. If you don't want to be at Liverpool right now, I don't really understand why. It's the best place in the world to be right now. Absolutely the best place to be. Best team in the world. Comfortably. Just brought in Florian Wirtz, Kirkes, Frimpong. Best number 2 in the world, Mamadashvili. Absolutely sensational stuff. You chuck in Rodrigo, plus Ekatike, plus Mark Gay, FA Cup winning captain. Chip Jota seen a few rumours of Rodrigo, not sure how reliable they are. Yeah, no, it looks quite likely that that we're at least in solid talks. Yeah. Clips HQ, Cunha outscores Wirtz, I'll say it. Oh, okay, well, to each their own. Right, we're off here. We're off in Lithuania. I'm going to be focusing on the game now. I'm not listening to you talk shite about Newcastle finishing 8th next season and United struggling to finish 14th. Couldn't give a toss. We've got bigger things to focus on. Sam McNeil, it's strange with sports. Some people love one sport and some people love a few sports. I can't just like one sport, but that's me. Aye, there you go, mate. That's each to their own. Yeah, each to their own. Right, Hegelmann picking the ball up here on the left-hand side. Tom, don't know, like, lad, you were on every Newcastle tweet I've seen for the past 3 days. You want to stop looking after me then? You want to stop chasing me round, Chief? Joe, are you jelly? Not at all, mate. Not at all. Absolutely not at all. Chance! Hegelmann! Oh, just over the bar. Very nearly 1-0 to the Lithuanians. Tell you what, fast start from the home side. Pats struggling already. Struggling. Oliver, Mbappe, Jude, Isak. What a team Liverpool have. Mate, you say it though. You say it like that's a flex. Like we've lost out on Mbappe and Jude and Isak. All these players flirted with us. All of them flirted with us. They all went elsewhere, or Isak's obviously stayed at Newcastle. But they all wanted at different times. They definitely encouraged it. And Liverpool still went on and won the league. We still went on and won league titles and got to Champions League finals and won FA Cups, won League Cups. I mean, to be honest, League Cups we don't count. League Cups we don't count energy drink cups. We've got they don't even feature in the trophy hall. Do you know what I mean? We don't even play. We don't even have them. Not bothered about them. No one counts them. Does anyone actually count them? Nobody counts them. They're not real cups, them, are they? Energy drink cups. No. Nobody really counts them. Tom Ekatike will be a good signing, but I have to admit, Newcastle played the situation well. But they didn't. They've been chasing Ekatike for years. He was quite obviously an Isak replacement, because I think they know that Isak either wants to go now or wants to go next summer. So they're desperate for a striker to replace him. Isak plays almost exactly like Ekatike does. They both peel off into that left channel. They are so similar in how they play. So similar in how they play. It was quite obviously a replacement. This whole nonsense that you Newcastle fans have been dreaming up. He's going to play in a 4-4-2. Get on your fucking bike. You are talking out your backside. Absolutely out your backside. Key, Newcastle needed a backup striker for 2 seasons. Like I said, yeah, but you've had Callum Wilson. There's a difference from going from Callum Wilson as your backup striker to an £80 million centre forward. Oh, Oliver, how does it feel? Saudi clubs won't come for your dead wood no more. Well, that's the report that some Newcastle fan made up. B4 32956 tough times for Liverpool. Yeah, mate, it's rough being Premier League champions. It's rough being best team in the country. Very, very rough. And see, you talk about Darwin Núñez as if we didn't beat you with 10 men. Darwin Núñez won the game at St James's Park with 10 men. We had 10 men for over an hour and we still snotted you. 10 men for over an hour, we still snotted you. Darwin Núñez, him who can't finish, absolutely smashed you. Isak won it at Wembley. Yeah, you did. You won the Energy Drink Cup 4 days after we'd been chased around a pitch by PSG. We were all knackered. So again, means nothing. Means absolutely nothing. Tom Darwin was like prime R9 that day. He was fantastic. He's absolutely fantastic. But see, we forget about that. We move on. 4 days after PSG ended your season. Listen, you'd swap our season for yours, sunshine. You'd swap our season for yours. And UFC way no Isak for you. Mental attitude, what do you rate Everton's do away kit? It's very nice, isn't it? It's very nice. Oliver Murphy, of course we would. You have the better side, you helmet. Why are you getting aggy, Oliver? Why are you getting so aggy? Getting very, very aggy. Have they scored? They've scored! St. Pat's have whacked it in. It's Melia. It's young Mason Melia, the number 9. He's absolutely smashed it in. It's 1-0 to Pats. That's absolutely fantastic. You love it. You love to see it. It's a great goal. It's an absolutely sensational goal, that. Brilliant. That's 2-0 on aggregate. And the away fans have gone absolutely wild here. The away fans have gone wild. So ball played down the left-hand side. It's pulled across the face of goal. The keeper gets a touch on it. But Melia just senses it, runs in, taps it in. It's a lovely goal. But a really, really smart poacher's finish from the 17-year-old, the number 9, who's signing for Spurs next year. Or he's already signed for Spurs, rather. He joins Spurs next year. He's had a wonderful start to his career for St. Pat's. And he's just put him 1-0 up in the second leg here. Put him bang in charge of this tie. St. Pat's 2-0 up on aggregate. Oliver Murphy, we are the people. Are you a Rangers fan? You didn't know you were a Rangers fan. Be yourself, Dylan. People arguing makes me laugh. The kids, mate. The kids. That's all it is, Dylan. They're just little. They've not got a lot going on. Straight Conference League is better than Champions League. Well, it often produces better games. Yeah, often produces better games. Matt, what game are you watching? We're watching Hegelmann against St. Pat's in the Conference League. Scott, I just heard that Snoop Dogg is joining Swansea's group alongside Modric. St. Patterson again here. Good defending from Hegelmann. Just about got in front of Melia again, who they knocked the ball over the top. Hegelmann just got the right goal side of him and just was able to sort of shepherd it back to the keeper. But yeah, Melia is posing a threat over the top. It's another plastic pitch, by the way, guys. Another Eastern European plastic pitch. We've had problems with these on these lives before. It's so difficult for these players on this pitch. It's just an AstroTurf. You can see it kicking up. All those black pellets just kicking up off the pitch. It's really, really difficult to play on. Very diff. The ball's bobbling in a really odd sort of way. But yeah, there you go. We shall see. User not found. That's the striker that's coming to Tottenham. It is. Yes, Melia. Yeah. Oliver Murphy, should you be supporting St Helens, son? No, St Helens don't have a team, mate. Yeah, St Helens don't have a team. Matt, horrible pitches. It's bad. Watership Jota, those pitches kill my knees. Here's Melia again here. Oh, good tackle. It's going to go out for a corner on the far side, I think. Or a free kick. No, the ref lets it go. Plays on. User not found. Whistler prefers Tottenham to Newcastle. Rough for the tune. Very, very rough for the tune. To be honest, they've been rejected by pretty much everyone all season, haven't they? All summer. And do you know what? I can understand why they're so aggy with Liverpool, because we've pinched pretty much every signing they've wanted over the last 3-4 years. They wanted Mamadashvili, we got him. They wanted Szoboszlai, we got him. I mean, obviously now we've just pinched Ekatike off him. Anyone really that they want. We just stroll in, we just take the targets. Nice and easy. Take the targets, win trophies. That's what Liverpool do. Take Newcastle's targets, just walk in and just say, listen, I know you're talking to these, but we might fancy you. Do you fancy binning them off? Yeah, go on, we'll do that. We'll do that. And I love how Newcastle just immediately withdrew. Just went, all right then. I guess just like Eeyore in Winnie the Pooh, just went, okay, we'll just go then. Oh, unlucky. Absolutely shocking. Matt, my local team has a pitch like that, and it's shocking with all the black bits popping up. You find them in your shoe, don't you? You get them in your shoe and everything. Hegelmann knocking the ball round the back here. It's just really difficult, this pitch. It's going to be really tough. Obviously, the home team, you would imagine, have an advantage in that they're used to playing on this sort of nonsense, to be honest. User not found. Everyone rejected them. Well, and continues to do so, yeah. Joe, how's Isaac, Key? I don't know. How is Isaac? How is Isaac? Jake wanted Nunes. We got Isaac. Saved money. Listen, Nunes has won more than Isaac. Nunes has won more than Isaac. Nunes has won more than Isaac. I'm happy with Darwin Nunes. Like I said, he's played over 100 games for Liverpool in the last 2 years. We've been to finals. We've won league titles. I'm happy with it. How's Isaac? I don't understand what the question is. Jake missed more than Isaac too. He has, and he's still got a league title. Jake, add Ekatike to that. He's missed more than Nunes. I know it's almost as if 24 hours ago you lads wanted him in it. Pritstick up the Saints. Good to see you, mate. How's it going, Scott? It's really interesting that Liverpool prefer Ekatike over Sesko. Wouldn't be surprised if Sesko moves to United late in the window. I can't see it. United don't need another centre forward, for God's sake. They can't get rid of the ones they've got. Newcastle might approach Sesko. He's probably the only centre forward in Europe that nobody else wants and that is still available. So I imagine Newcastle will have a look at Sesko next. He seems a striker they'd go for. Hegelmann are in here now. Chance. Good block from Pats. Really good block from Pats to keep it out. Watership Jota, feel like Chiesa will be our Jota this coming season. I still think Chiesa goes. Yeah, I still think Chiesa leaves. I mean, it wouldn't be bad if he is, from a squad point of view, kept around. But no, I'm kind of torn. I'm torn on Chiesa. But like I said, if we end up with Rodrigo, Wirtz, Salah behind Ekatike. I mean, to be honest, with Rodrigo, Wirtz and Salah, you could put me up front, we'd still score 20, 30 goals next season. I'd score 20 goals next season for Liverpool if you put Rodrigo, Wirtz and Salah behind me. So, yeah, it's like I said, it's all good. It's all good. User not found. Sesko will probably reject Newcastle as well. Listen, Newcastle have still got a little bit of pull. They've been rejected by everyone, obviously, but they have still got a little bit of a pull. They've got a little bit of a pull. Maybe they can go and get someone like Johan Wissa. Someone like that. Johan Wissa. Joe, I've heard Sweden is a nice place for a good holiday. It is. I've been. I went to Malmo. Yeah, I went to Malmo. Where he's from, as well, actually, isn't it? Where he's from. Welcome to Memeland. What qualifier are you watching? I am watching Hegelmann versus St. Pat's. St. Patrick's. St. Pat's are 1-0 up in this one. Hegelmann picking the ball up in midfield. And I am watching England, by the way, after. I'm watching England women against... Oh, come on. Yeah, I'm watching England women against Sweden. Reese, you think Xhaka goes to Sunderland? He could do. Yeah, he could do. I mean, there's rumours he's using that maybe as an opportunity to kind of move his salary up or get the move to Saudi. He's being linked with, is it Neon? The new Saudi team, so possibly. Do you know what? I don't necessarily think Sunderland need him anyway. Yeah, I don't think they really need him. They could get better. Long ball forward from the keeper here. Reece Neon. Briley, Nunes or Isak? Well, obviously Isak. Yeah, obviously Isak. Isak obsessed, Dad. Briley, I agree. Reese, we can get better than Xhaka, mate. He'd be one of our best signings in years, captain straight away. He's all right. He's all right, but he's getting on a bit. You know, he's okay. I think you could do better. I think you need experience in the Premier League, so it wouldn't be a terrible signing, but it just have to be for the right money. Caleb, Elise is better than Wirtz in my opinion. I disagree, but I don't think there's a lot in it. Wirtz is a wonderful player, but I don't think for 1 second that Elise is better. Caleb, have you seen Mbermo? I've seen the news that United have bid yet again for Mbermo. Whether or not they're able to get it done now, I don't know. Jake beat Villa and Arsenal to Elanga. 1 second, Reese. You think Xhaka goes to Sunderland? We've done that one, haven't we? See, what's your opinion? Chelsea linked with Rodrigo and making Morgan Rogers as a top target. Chelsea don't need any more signings. Christ, how are you even gonna manage? Caleb, I reckon we got him now. You reckon you've got Mbermo? Well, maybe. Possibly. It wouldn't be surprising. Scott Bracegirdle, love the name. Swiss, the England women's play tonight. No, Sweden. Watership Jota, if I were Liverpool, I'd go for Kane for a year and get Isak next season. Like I said, I'm pretty content with Ekitike. Liverpool play with a pretty dynamic front three anyway. Salah ends up drifting in the middle. Gakpo ends up drifting in the middle. I'm pretty content with it. It doesn't matter who we get. They won't be a starting centre forward and only play there. We're going to expect them to change and interchange and whatever. So honestly, I am entirely happy with Nunes and Ekitike next year. Absolutely fine with that if that's what happens. And I said that a few days ago. I'm not, I wasn't set. I wasn't precious on any one particular striker for Liverpool. I just didn't want Gyökeres. Gyökeres was the one I said I had no time for. If we ended up with Sesko, I'd have been happy. If we got Ekitike, I'd have been happy. Alvarez, I would have been delighted. Isak, I would have been delighted. I am made up, genuinely. I will be made up if we keep Darwin Núñez. Absolutely made up. But I don't think he will. I think he'll go. Jake, you were certain Isak was signing Key. Don't backtrack again. I mean, you can laugh, Jake, but it's literally all recorded. Go and check it on YouTube. Go and check it on YouTube. You asked me 24 hours ago, do you think Liverpool are signing Isak? And I said 60%. 60% chance. Which is as good as a coin flip, innit? So it's not like I was saying you're definitely signing him, we're definitely signing him. I said 60%. DC, why not Gyökeres? Gyökeres is a shocking centre forward. He's not a Premier League winning centre forward. I actually think there's a good chance he comes and flops majorly in the Premier League, to be honest. Jake, I've posted the packing order in the Toon group, and the another where you said he was defo signing. The packing order, or the pecking order. You've posted the pecking order. I don't know. I didn't say he was defo signing. I said 60%. It's recorded. You can see it. Costu, last good signing for Brighton. I mean, he's a young player. Is he going to get that much time? Is he going to get that many starts? Jake, that video where you said there's no way Newcastle go for Ekitike and Pedro if they aren't selling Isak. Yeah, that is still true. That is still true. Absolutely, that is still true. So nothing I've said has changed. I am absolutely bang on the money. Bang on the money. There is no way that Newcastle go for Ekitike and Pedro if they aren't selling Isak. No way. Absolutely no way. That's absolutely categorically true. Thoughts on Alexander Trent-Arnold leaving for a sunny holiday, all for the cheap price of 10 million. It's good, isn't it? User not found. You said Keys, 60% Keys, waffling. Like I said, he's reaching. He's reaching. Ben, you'd be happy with Nunes and Postman Pat. Like I said, Darwin Nunes played 50 games for Liverpool last year. We won the league title. If we keep Darwin Nunes next year, I'm happy enough. DC, perhaps Gyökeres reminds me of a sort of Nunes signing. Nunes is better than Gyökeres. Nunes is better than Gyökeres. User, do you think Ekitike will flop at Liverpool? I don't think... Well, it's difficult to say, isn't it? It's difficult to say. I said I think I said about a week ago we were talking about this, and I said Ekitike is probably not the striker that I would choose. I think he's risky for whatever it would take to get him, 75, 80 million. I'm paraphrasing, but you can go back and check what I said. I said I think he'd be a risky signing for 75, 80 million quid. But the centre forward market are at least it's tough, innit? It's tough. Like, there's not really. I look at our centre forward options, and I don't really think there's a huge amount of quality across Europe that could improve them. There's like maybe a handful of centre forwards, and beyond the obvious, like I said, the Haalands, the Mbappes, there really isn't that many. You're looking at Alvarez, you're looking at Isak, Ekitike, maybe Sesko. Like there's just not really that quality there. UEFA are a joke, but at least it's still Europe. UEFA are a joke, yeah, absolutely. I'm gutted for Palace. Absolutely gutted for Palace. And it shows Nottingham Forest to be the club that they are as well, I would say. Because, I mean, that's the argument that Steve Parish is making, is that if Nottingham Forest didn't have something to gain from this, UEFA would have let him back in. Peter, Isak is top 2 or 3 in the league. I would agree, yeah. In centre forwards, he definitely is. Yeah, Isak is definitely top 2 or 3 centre forwards in the league. Most teams don't play with an out-and-out centre forward, but yeah, he absolutely is top 2 or 3 in the league. Which is why Liverpool wanted him. He's not top 2 or 3 in Europe. No, he's not top 2 or 3 in Europe. I'd argue even top 1. He's not better than Haaland. That's ridiculous. He's not better than Haaland, and he isn't top 2 or 3 in Europe because he's nowhere near Harry Kane and he's nowhere near Lewandowski, even as old as they are. You would swap Isak for Haaland and Kane, but only because of how old they are. If you said this season who's going to score more, who's going to be a difference maker, it would be Harry Kane over Isak every single day of the week. It would be Harry Kane over Isak. It would be Lewandowski over Isak. So yeah. Using not found, big clubs don't celebrate keeping their players. It shows with Newcastle, small club. Jake, give me Isak any day. Well, yeah, and you'll say that, won't you? I can understand. I mean, you'll say that because he's a Newcastle legend. You've just won your first trophy in 70 years, so You could, that if that was Dwight Gale, you'd be saying that. If it was Dwight Gale, you'd be saying he's the best centre forward in Europe. Joe, he was better than Haaland last season. Based on what? Based on what? In what world is he better than Haaland? Pats with a shot. Oh, just wide. I think it might have even clipped the post, that one. Shot from distance. Lucas Lambert, hi mate, I'm in Ibiza at the moment. I'm glad to see today it's 33 degrees. Wow. See, Pat's coming forward again here. This is wonderful play down the left-hand side. Oh, it's a good save. Really good save. It's a corner to Pat's. Fabulous little run down the left-hand side, that. One, two, four. The Isak replacement joins us. Isak leaves next year. Newcastle stuck with Calvert-Lewin. I mean, to be honest, listen, the real crux of this, right, about who's won and who's not, who's had the upper hand and all that, it really just boils down to who's going to have the better season this season. Liverpool have wrapped up 5 new signings. Were massive favourites for the title yet again. Be very surprising actually at this point if Liverpool didn't win the title. And Newcastle have got 1 signing wrapped up. They've been rejected by most. It's, and realistically, Newcastle fans, to be honest, Newcastle fans have said this themselves all over Twitter. Score your summer transfer window so far out of 10. What is it? Most of them have all said 1 out of 10. Like, it's an absolutely shocking window, this. It's an absolutely shocking window. They've gone in for players and they keep getting binned off. So it can't have been a particularly well planned or well thought out one. They're still agonising over Isak to sign a contract. So, yeah, it's gonna be a mad season for Newcastle, because I still think, I mean, again, my prediction was at the end of last season. I am absolutely confident that Newcastle finish outside the Champions League places yet again. So, I think that's probably what we can expect again. They've not done anything sufficiently to build on getting into the Champions League. They only got in the Champions League by the skin of the teeth on the last day, on goal difference, due to Aston Villa getting a unlucky decision at Old Trafford. So, if not for that, Newcastle would be in the Europa League right now, and the whole Isak deal would have been a lot simpler, wouldn't it? Instead, that isn't what's happened. Instead, they got the Champions League, and it's looking almost certain that they'll be out of the Champions League again next season, unless they manage to do something of note in the window, something to impress Alexander Isak, something to show him, look, this is why your future should be here. He's stalling on a new contract. It's understandable why, isn't it? It's kind of understandable why. He's not going to stop there. He's not going to stop at Newcastle. No chance. Chris, where do you think Hugo Ekitike will end up? It's looking like Liverpool, Chris. It's looking like Liverpool up to this point. DC, Liverpool fans really hate Newcastle at the moment. I don't hate Newcastle fans. I like Newcastle. I've already said. People have asked me, who would you support if Liverpool didn't exist? I said Newcastle. I quite like Newcastle as a club. Yeah, one of my favourite non-Liverpool clubs. Really like them. Briley, I was at the Villa game. Hegelmann just trying to work an opportunity here now. They've got a lot of the ball, but Pats are defending quite comfortably, to be honest. It's a good ball in, and it's offside. Offside. Chris, do you think Newcastle have pulled a blinder here with Isak and Ekitike? If you think that their goal was to sign Ekitike and they haven't signed Ekitike, what was the goal here? What do you think the goal was? Harley Sims, how is it going? Good to see you. Good to see you. Peter, do you like Newcastle as they're similar to Liverpool in fans? I don't think they are similar to Liverpool in fans necessarily, but I like Newcastle for a number of reasons really. But I don't know. I guess I liked them growing up, and yeah, I just like the club. I don't know. I can't really explain it. I just got a bit of an affinity with Newcastle. So yeah, I don't mind Newcastle at all as a club. So anyone saying there's like an agenda, I've said for weeks and months on this channel, people have said, how do you feel about Newcastle? You hate Newcastle? Absolutely not. I've said for ages on here that I really like Newcastle. And when I've been asked, I've repeatedly said they're basically not a second team, but I've got a soft spot for them. Same with West Ham. Jake, Toon fans, way better. Just go look at the League Cup. There's only one winner. K speakers at Wembley. Yeah, well, I mean, that was your World Cup final, though, wasn't it? So it was always going to be. Liverpool are tired of winning trophies. I mean, we'll go again. We'll probably win another 3 or 4 next year, but, you know, energy drink cups, it's not really our thing. DC, well, whoever got Isak is on the winning side, I think. Chris, goal was to make Liverpool spend more on Ekitike and leave Isak alone, but we haven't spent more on Ekitike. Newcastle didn't have a bid accepted. Yeah, that would only make sense if there were 2 teams bidding, and there isn't. I mean, Newcastle haven't had a bid accepted. Liverpool haven't bid as yet. So yeah, I don't know. Peter Slater, we did 87 million. Yeah, and it got rejected. 87 million euros, I'm guessing, as well, either way. Because it's he's got a buyout clause of 80-something pounds, 80 million pounds, I think. Jake, 87 million for Ekitike is overpaying, mate. We bid 70 million quid. Well, I mean, assuming that is what happens, maybe Liverpool do pay 87. I don't know. We've got cash on the hip at the minute. We've got cash on the hip, so we might end up paying it. Jake, it's 100 million euros release clause. And again, if that's the case, then yeah, fine. Maybe it is. Jake, same as Nunes, overpaying. I don't think we did overpay for Nunes. I don't think we did. Because we paid whatever it ended up being, I think 70 million quid. We'll probably get 60 back for him. Like, and he's won a league title. He's won, you know. I don't think that's an overpay, because we can get basically our money back for him, and we've got good value out of him. He's not necessarily been the striker we thought he was going to be, but I don't necessarily think. I mean, look, Højlund, you know, players like that. That's like overpaying. If you buy a player for 70, you end up selling him for 60. You can live with that, can't you? You can live with that. Liverpool tend to do quite well with business and stuff like that. Lee, Nunes will be this decade's Morata. Sam McNeil, what's this game, mate? It's on Solid Sports, mate. Yeah, Solid Sports. DC Navigator definitely was overpaid. Well, again, you could look at it and say overpaid, but he won everything at Liverpool. He won literally everything at Liverpool. Everything. Was in multiple Champions League finals, won a Champions League final, played and scored in some massive games for us. We got 4 years out of him, 5 years, whatever it was. He was a really solid player. Really solid player. He was just injured far too much, Navigator. So yeah, you could look at it and say, wasn't fantastic. DC, so did Anderson, man, doesn't mean he was good. Well, you weren't talking about quality, you said overpay. You're talking about good and bad. I'm not talking, you said overpay. Overpay means you get value for money. If you sign a midfielder and you win everything with him, it's not a bad signing, is it? And Anderson didn't play anywhere near as much as Naby Keita did, by the way. Anderson was a bench player. Naby Keita, when he came in, he was a starter for Liverpool. When he was fit, he started. And he was invariably quite good. He was just... Again, injury prone. That was part of the problem. Steve Kee, sorry, what are we saying? Sorry, Steve Kee in question. Kee, what's your special moment in Liverpool history? Special moment? I don't know, probably Istanbul. Yeah. Jake, Elanga for 55 million, Kudus 60, Madueke 55. Come on, Elanga was a bargain. Well, again, time will tell whether that's the case. Time will tell. Josh, Isak to Liverpool still. No, I think have you not seen the news today, Josh? Someone help him. DC, yeah, sorry, but Naby didn't help towards anything for the price. I reckon Anderson played more. I would dispute that without looking at the stats. I would dispute that. I would say Naby Keita played a bigger role for Liverpool than Anderson played for Manchester United. Yeah. Yeah. I would say so. Right, it's a corner to Pat here. Ben, you need to stop going on about what players have won because it means nothing to how they performed individually. But he didn't ask about how they performed individually, Ben. I responded to the question at hand. Either you didn't listen to the question or you've misunderstood it. That is not what was said. 1, 2, 4, Gakpo, Diaz, Salah are all a million times better than Elanga. Well, again, no one would dispute that. Yeah, no one would dispute that. Steve Keen, are you watching England women? I am, yes, I am, absolutely. I'm watching England women against Sweden women in the quarter-final of the Women's Euros. That kicks off at 8 PM, so we'll be live straight after this for that. Ben, you keep doing what we moan at United for when they say Scholes was better than Stevie because he won far more. It's not just a metric to determine if a player is good. Again, if the question was how good is a player, then I would agree with what you're saying. However, the question wasn't about that, was it? Again, maybe roll the tape back. Maybe roll the tape back and listen to what was actually said again. That wasn't the question. We weren't talking about quality of player. Jake, I'd have Elanga over Diaz every day of the week. Then you're a fool. It's a free kick. Oh no, it's a goal kick. Sorry, it's a goal kick. And the Pats goalkeeper is going to play it short. DC, Anderson 105, Naby Keita 80. No, I'm not talking about just appearances though. I'm talking about just appearances. You'd have to look deeper than that. Because Anderson again came off the bench in games. But what I'm saying is, I'm talking about. You'd have to look at minutes played, but you'd also have to look at the types of games played to really answer that question. Because Naby Keita started for us in Champions League finals. Anderson never did that, as far as I'm aware. Anyway, I don't think Naby Keita and Anderson are even remotely comparable. Steve, me personally, I'm getting fed up of Isak to Liverpool. If he does. He isn't going. No, he isn't going. Jake Diaz, 5 measly assists. The 2 season before is worse. Imagine if that's how football was measured. Imagine if that's how proper people who watched football. He's only got 2 assists, or he's only got 3 assists, or he's only got. Imagine if that's how simple it was. You look at a spreadsheet, and it's just that. Goals, assists. That's how good a player is. Incredible. But hey, that's how some people think football's played, isn't it? It's cleared away here. Hegelmann picking it up in the box. Pats are putting a lot of pressure on here, they could get second and maybe kill this game off. Jake, if Diaz was that good, why do you want to get rid then? Again, you need to educate yourself, Jake. You need to educate yourself. You really need to educate yourself, Jake. Any football fan, not even Liverpool fans, you've just made yourself look like a bit of a mug there, Chief. No, any football fan that even remotely keeps up on it, would tell you that Liverpool don't want to sell Luis Diaz. There's absolutely no Liverpool fan Liverpool Football Club that wants to sell Luis Diaz. We don't want to sell him. However, he wants to leave. J. Doyle, wait, what game are you watching? I'm watching Hegelmann against St. Pat's in the Conference League. Shot from Pat's. It's gone behind. It's going to be a goal kick. If we get the price we want for Diaz, we'll reluctantly let him go. Yeah, and that's the thing, innit? I think he wants to go because he's obviously being paid quite a bit less than maybe market value for a player as good as he is. But again, if you were to ask the vast majority of Liverpool fans, there's not many wingers that's an upgrade on Diaz. There really isn't. Like, honestly, I mean, I'm not that... If you ask me right now, would you swap... Diaz can sign a new contract, or you can sign Rodrigo. I think I'd rather keep Diaz. I don't know, actually. That's a tough question. Diaz is really good. He's really, really good. Steve, I think Diaz owes Liverpool a lot of respect, to be honest. When his dad was poorly or kidnapped, they helped him. That's true enough. Matt Lowe, if Diaz goes, Liverpool would have to pay over the odds for a new winger. That again, yeah, true enough. Very, very true. No Scalaran, what did I say a couple of months back? Cunha, X and Vermo, X Osimhen, he's scared. You think you're getting Osimhen? Chris, Brian and Burmo's coming United. Again, you can have him. You can have him. You can have him. It'd be nice if Man United are actually able to, you know, spend money on their priority positions and not number 10s who are over expensive and pricey in the market. Cunha and Burmo doesn't get United in the top half. Lisha, hey Key, hope you're well today, the day for the update. Oh, it's not, mate, I'm sorry. I've not got it. I really, yeah, I'm sorry. No Scalaran, third best right winger in the league. Rival fans are crying. I'm devastated. I am absolutely devastated United are getting Burmo. Don't know how I'm going to cope with Mo Salah. No idea how we're going to cope. I had a Chelsea fan before telling me that Florian Wirtz was a bum. And he should have signed for he's a Cole Palmer or a Cole Palmer wannabe. He's a bum, and he should have signed for the world champions. Jake, he doesn't mind about Burma, but the ease at one will keep him up at night. Honestly, you think it's like a flex, mate. We've won the league. We've won the league. We'll win the league next year. And even if we don't, it's not because of not signing Alexander Isak. And I guarantee you'll keep Isak and still finish outside of the Champions League places. Steve, got to admit, Chelsea did look good. Yeah. I mean, he did against PSG. He did against PSG. The rest of the tournament, not really. Ben, what price gets Diaz out the club? I'd be sad to see him go, but if a player doesn't want to be at the club, get him gone. Diaz is so special on and off the ball. I think probably 70. I'd say 70, 75. Yeah. No, Scalaran, you got slapped around by the tune. No Isak for you, trying your dirty tactics. Honestly, he flirted with us. He flirted with us. He said, come and get me, come and get me. And we said, listen, lad, they're not having it. You're going to have to put a transfer request in. You're going to have to go and put your name down and say, listen, I want to go. And I think he's thinking about it. I still think there's an outside chance it happens, you know. Still think there's an outside chance it happens. DC, Liverpool tapping up players and still failing. I know, I don't know how we cope. I don't know what we're going to do next season. It's like we're going to fall apart. think we're going to fall apart. DC overpaying for Brentford and Wolves players, the mighty Man United. The more frustrating thing for United fans is not necessarily them overpaying. The thing that's really annoying them is that they've dillied and dallied for what, 7 weeks? 7 weeks. They could have just paid it. They could have just paid it. And they've actually only gone in today and made that bid. You know that. Because Newcastle have tried to get Wissa. And I think Brentford have said to United, listen, if you want to get this done, we're either selling Wissa or Mbeumo. We're not selling both. So if you want to get this done, you're going to have to pull your socks up. And I think that's where United's been scared into going getting Mbeumo and just paying what they've asked, effectively. Daz, are you doing the England-Sweden game? Yes, I am doing the England-Sweden game. 1, 2, 4, taking their best competitors, players, top stuff. I mean, you jest, but that is where United are, innit? United are definitely in the competition with the Wolves and the Brentfords of the league. No skill Aaron overpaying for guys who are top in GA list in the Premier League, by the way. So you're not denying that you've dillied and dallied for 7 weeks then? You're not denying that bit? You're not denying that you've fannied around and we're nearly in, we're not far off August and you've still not wrapped anything up other than Cunha. Very nearly in August, you've got one signing for a team that finished in 15th. It's not good. Oh, Nana's out for 2 or 3 months or whatever he's out for. And he's no great shake, is he, to be honest? I just don't, yeah, it's a really worrying time as a United fan. A very, very worrying time. Right, we've got 3 minutes at the end of this first half. No, Sklara, no, I'm not. But everyone knows we have to sell before buying, having Cunha and Mbeumo before out. I'll 100% take that. Well, you'll still be struggling to finish in the top half, sunshine, I think. Every day, any day. Like I said, Mbeumo and Cunha doesn't actually move United, doesn't move the needle for United at all. Jake, 13 goals, 5 assists, 8 goals, 5 goals, 4 goals. Watch Elanga get better. Watch Elanga get better. Like I said, do you know what, the real content thing, right? The thing you're gonna have to be content with, these Newcastle fans, is if Elanga does get better, if Elanga does actually get better, you know what's going to happen, don't you? He'll be on his bike. He'll be off to a big club. He'll be on his toes again. So, all this back and forth, all this dilly-dallying about, oh, he's going to be fantastic. Well, yeah, maybe he is. Maybe he is. And as soon as he gets anything decent, he'll be on his bike. He'll be on his toes elsewhere. Join a proper team. No skill, Aaron. House Canate. TC, you would swear Liverpool have won 3 leagues in the past 30 years with the way they talk. Well, we have. We have, and we're the biggest team in the country. Biggest team in the country. You've got to have a bit of swagger. Bit of swagger. Chimey, how's it going, Chimey? Good to see you. Right, it's half time here. Half time in Lithuania. Hegelmann 0. St. Pat's 1, 2-0 on aggregate. It's not been a vintage first half, but St. Pat's 1-0 up. Great goal from young Mason Melia, who 17 years of age, he's already signed for Tottenham Hotspur, joins Spurs next season. Yeah, prolific and looking like a real young talent about to join Spurs for next year. No Skill Aaron, what's your thoughts on Ekitike? Happy? Yeah, I'm content with that. I'm content with Ekitike. I mean, I've said it for weeks. It's not really, nothing's changed. Nothing's changed at all. Everyone said, what do you think? Who do you think Liverpool will sign at centre forward? And I said, well, there's not really that many options. We've talked it to death. Isak, Alvarez, Ekitike, maybe Osimhen, maybe Sesko. There's like 4 or 5 centre forwards out there that are an improvement. Well, questionable improvement, but 4 or 5 centre forwards that Liverpool could target to bring in. There's not really an awful lot beyond that. I don't think there's any beyond that, actually. I think those are probably the only ones that Liverpool could bring in. And even those, there's maybe only Isak and Alvarez that would be obvious improvements on what we've got at centre forward. There's only them 2. So yeah, and like I said, Ekitike's 3 years younger. He's got a better injury record. His legs aren't, his muscles aren't made of jelly, like Isak's are. So Ekitike's got a better injury record. He's 3 years younger. He plays very, very, very similarly. So yeah, like I said, I'm content. I thought Ekitike, I think someone asked about a week ago, how do you think he'll do? I said at 75, 80 million quid, whatever it ends up being, I think he's a risk. But you could argue he's less of a risk than Isak or Alvarez would be. Every striker presents risks, right? Jaime Guirassy is so underrated. He's a good player, Guirassy, but he's not enough to come to Liverpool. Like Liverpool they don't need a Guirassy. He's not that player. No Skill Aaron, was that the same opinion when Newcastle were linked with him? Yeah. Yeah, it was. I was asked about it. Sam, Key, what's the score? It's 1-0 to Pats. 1-0 to Pats. 2-0 to Pats on aggregate. How do you feel Wirtz will do? Fantastic. Yeah, I think he's going to do really well. I'll be intrigued to see how he adapts. Obviously, it's going to take maybe a bit of time for him to... Maybe not. Maybe he comes in and takes to it like a duck to water. But I think most players coming into the Prem take a little bit of time. We might have to afford him that. But he's a wonderful player. Wonderful player. Ben, how are you doing on here? Now there's adverts. What do you mean? I don't know what you mean. Unknown, what's the formation do you think he will go for? I think Wirtz probably plays wide left. Unless Rodrigo comes in. If Rodrigo comes in, then possibly he drops into midfield. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Jake, Wirtz is good, but overplayed massively. He's overplayed? You think he's been overplayed? Why has he been overplayed? Overplayed? What, for how young he is? Daz Reynolds, do you think we get the striker from Frankfurt? Well, it's looking so, yeah. It's looking likely, Daz, yeah. You've overpaid. Overpaid, oh. Overpaid, right. Well, how much would you say would have been a fair price for Florian Wirtz then? What do you think is a fair price for maybe one of the best number 10s? F Grammar Key, I'm in a hurry. Why are you in a hurry? What are you doing while you're on the phone? Maybe just have a minute, mate. Jake, 80 million to 90 million, I'd say. Right, so 90 million would have been fair. 100 million is overpaid. Okay, right, all right. Fair enough. If you think so, 90 million's a fair price, says Jake. 100 million is overpaid. Okay. Unknown, I'm very happy with Kirkes. He will be good. I'm not sure about Frimpong. Again, you look at the right-back market. There's not really many other great right-backs Liverpool could have got instead of Trent Alexander-Arnold. Who are you getting? You know, who would have been a really, really amazing right-back replacement for Trent Alexander-Arnold? There isn't really one. Koundé, best in the world. Koundé's very good. Koundé's a very, very good right back. Again, it would have been difficult to get him out of Barca. He's a very good right back. Hakimi the same, PSG. But beyond that, I honestly think Frimpong's probably the best right back we could have got. Unknown, I agree, mate. I do like Bradley though. Bradley's phenomenal. Bradley is absolutely phenomenal. It wouldn't surprise me at all if Conor Bradley is our starting right back this season. Jake, all those players with 3 chances created was cheaper than Vert's. Key. You're the plant, not me. I don't know what you mean, Jake. Josh Frimpong loves us as well. Can't go wrong with that. You can't. Absolutely not, Josh. Totally agree, mate. Good to see you as well, Josh. How you doing, mate? Unknown, Jake, are you English, mate? I know what you're doing, I'm right thee. You want to, whatever you're doing while you're holding on to that phone, you need to just have a minute. You need to just chill out and have a minute. Stephen Brady, Alvarez is much from a West Ham fan. Oh, we're not on about Edson Alvarez. Muck. No, we're on about Julian Alvarez from Atletico Madrid. Josh, I'm good, lad. I would say nice to see you, but I see your face every day now. Well, that's not very nice of you to say, mate. Very nice. Well, I mean, it's not. I feel for you, but no, thank you. Appreciate it. Jake, I speak proper England, and I speak chat. Why? Since I was a little children, I need my glasses. Unknown, he's absolutely pulling the head off it. Could it be sore? Oh no. Right. Anyway, let's get past all that nonsense. Chimey, who is the perfect replacement for Kanate? It's looking like it's going to be Gay, but I don't necessarily think Gay is the right replacement for Kanate. I want Gay. I would like Gay at the club, but I don't know if he's the absolute, like, bang on the money. I would like us to think outside the box and maybe go a little bit more rogue and go for someone like Ordonez from Bruges. Ordonez he's someone that I think like Bournemouth would go and target and then sell him for like 70 million in a year's time. Ordonez, Kouliarakis at Wolfsburg, absolutely brilliant centre back. Again, lots of people looking at him. Who else? I mean, there's the obvious ones, obviously, like Hincapié at Leverkusen. I mean, he's more left-sided, so maybe wouldn't be a perfect fit. Zabarnyi at Bournemouth, again. PSG are looking at Zabarnyi, aren't they? PSG looking at Zabarnyi for big, big money, again. Isn't it mad that Bournemouth's, basically 4 of Bournemouth's back 5 have gone? Kepa's gone to Arsenal, Kirkes to Liverpool, Hyson to Real Madrid, and maybe Zabarnyi to PSG. He weren't bad. Sam, we would do that, mate. Unknown, who do you see leaving us? I think there's quite a few still to go. Yeah, I think we see Darwin. Sadly, Darwin. I think Luis Diaz goes. I think Ben Doak goes. I think Tyler Morton sadly goes. Haven't seen Bajcetic in training yet, so I don't know what's going on with him. But that's not a good sign. He was in the squad, I don't believe, for Preston. So Bajcetic might leave. Again, there's big money riding on those players. Simicast probably does move on. Trying to think who else I'm missing. Who else? Harvey Elliott as well, of course. 50 million quid for Harvey Elliott. So I don't think it's an exaggeration at all that Liverpool could bring in another 250 million quid in player sales. When you add all that up, Harvey Elliott for 50, Luis Diaz for maybe 70, that's 120, Nunes for maybe 60, call it what, even if we say 50, let's be conservative in it. That takes it to 170. I would say you're probably looking at a minimum of 20 for Morton, maybe more, maybe a minimum of 20 for Doak, again, maybe more. I think we turned down 25 for Doak already, but let's say 20 conservatively. Simicast maybe 10 million. By Cetic, probably another 20-25 for him. He was brilliant last year for Las Palmas out on loan. A lot of teams really like him. So, again, I think even if we said, I think it's probably more 250, but I think even if you said 200 million of incomings from a Liverpool point of view, it's probably not beyond the realms. And most of those players didn't even kick a ball for us last season, by the way. Doak didn't. Morton didn't. Simicast didn't do all that much, and we've signed Kirkes already. But yeah, Morton, Doak, Cetic, none of them really kicked the ball for us. So yeah, I think Liverpool have got maybe another 200 million quid of incomings, and I think if we use that correctly, there is a really, really good chance we could go out there and maybe cement, like Rodrigo and Gay would be two fantastic signings, but I would maybe even hope to go a little bit further, maybe get Hato. Hato would be a fantastic signing. Yeah, I'd quite liked us to have gone and got maybe a centre mid as well, but I don't know who off the top of my head. Unknown, I don't want to see Diaz go. I like his work rate. I really do, yeah. I really do like Diaz. I think he probably goes. Same with Nunes. I'd quite happily keep Nunes and Diaz. Would quite happily keep both of them. But it's looking like we probably lose at least one, if not both, sadly. Chimey, I really like Calvin Bassey. I don't like Calvin Bassey. I don't think he's a Liverpool player, but he's not bad. He did all right for Fulham. Where is Joe Gomez? Joe Gomez played the other day in the Preston game. Yeah, Joe Gomez is still going to be part of the squad. 1, 2, 4, 40 for Elliott, 25 for Doug, 20 for Morton, Diaz 70 to 90, Nunes 40 to 55. Again, all those valuations, I mean, I would say there's probably nuances to all of them, but all of them still get you to that 200 to 250 figure, don't they? And those are all players who are almost certainly leaving. Almost certainly leaving. Unknown, never knew he was after Rodrigo. Yeah, Rodrigo, it's been breaking news in the last sort of 24 hours that Liverpool have met his agent, I believe, in New York. And we've got Pini Zahavi, the super agent, working on the deal. And we've already started talks with Madrid. We're already talking to Madrid over Canate. Obviously, Canate is looking like he's stalling on a contract. We don't know whether that's because he's definitely going to Madrid or if he just wants more money. We don't know. Again, in an ideal world, I would rather keep Canate. The same as I would have rather kept Trent. I would rather we kept Trent. I would rather we have keep Canate. But if they want to leave, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. It's absolutely fine. MR27, not sure what to make of Ekatike. Good player. Good player, yeah. Obviously, we would have preferred Isak, but it's really not the end of the world. Like, he's the next best thing. He's 3 years younger. He's got a better injury record. He plays very, very similar to him. He could end up being just as good, if not better. Who knows? We don't know. But he's a very, very talented young player. There's a reason why a lot of clubs in Europe have looked at him, have wanted him. So, yeah, I am content. If Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes say he's the man, I am absolutely on board. They don't really tend to get him wrong. Chimey, do you think it'll be a stronger 11 against Milan? Oh, sorry, Daz, do you think it'll be a stronger 11 against Milan? Do I think it'll be a stronger 11 against Milan? Yeah, probably. I think, again, it'll probably be the same as Preston, mate. We'll probably change at half-time and things like that. It's going to be difficult because it's going to be out in Hong Kong, so it'll be boiling hot. It's going to be, yeah, sticky, I imagine. Jordan Harris, I reckon we finish 13th next season. That's Man United. Yeah, again, I wouldn't be surprised if that is the case. Right, we're off here for the second half in Lithuania. Hegelmann getting us underway. Can Pats finish the game off? I imagine now they will do. Yeah, I can't see past Pats in this one. They're 2-0 up. They are quite comfortable. Murray, Kieran, prediction for the England game tonight. I think England 2-1. England 2-1. Or maybe 3-2. It's usually high scoring, isn't it? This just saying you paid 116 million, not 100, so 26 million than what Jake said he thought was fair. No, that's not true. That's not true, Lisha. It's 100 million. Jordan, don't think we will get Mbermo. I do. I think you're always likely to get Mbermo. You're always likely to get Mbermo. But you've dillied and dallied for 7 weeks, and that's the important thing. You've dillied and dallied to get it done when you could have moved a lot quicker. And it's cost you. It's cost you on other deals. And, you know, United needed probably 4 to 5 big signings this summer. And it's looking like, we're nearly in August. You've still only got one wrapped up. Unknown. Well, Wissa might be leaving as well. That's their 2 best players. I don't think Wissa does leave. I think Wissa would have left if United hadn't signed Mbermo. Sean, it's been too long for Mbermo to actually join. He'll probably get tired of negotiating and stay. Yeah, it is frustrating. I still think they will get it done. I think they'll get it done. It's been going on far too long, and it wouldn't surprise me if someone else nipped him and took him, though. He's struggling. Lisha, so 16 million is add-ons. Yes, it is, yeah. Manchester City have signed 18-year-old midfielder Sverre Nipan from Rosenborg. Good signing. Sean Dyche, the away kit. Yeah, I saw the away kit for Everton. It's very, very nice, that, isn't it? They filmed the photo shoot on top of the stadium as well, didn't they? They got Branthwaite and Dye up on the roof of the stadium to film it on the banks of the Royal Blue Mersey. Very nice. Sean Dyche, Spurs tried to sign Mbermo, but he gave preference to United. The fool. Silly boy. Silly boy. He could have been playing Champions League football with his old manager as well. I do think that would have been a better move for Mbermo. You've got to say, in terms of who's behaving like the bigger club right now, Spurs are certainly behaving like the bigger club compared to Man United. Pat's moving forward here. Really, really sharp play, but the Lithuanian, third-placed Lithuanian side, just about knocking it away. Lisha, when Man United knock, you answer, mate. Well, apparently you knocked on for Ekatiki, and he's a boyhood Man United fan, and he's turned you down for your big rivals. So, evidently that's not the case. Sean Dyche, 10 Spurs have enough attackers now. They don't need Mbermo unless they sell Maddison. Well, Mbermo's wide left, or wide right, sorry, isn't he? Wide right. So, I think they could use Mbermo if they were to sell Richarlison and maybe Son. There was rumours about Son possibly going to the MLS and Richarlison maybe going back to Everton, maybe going back to you lads. Yeah, there was strong links to all that, so it wouldn't be surprising, would it, if Mbermo did end up there, because they could do with some... There's only Brennan Johnson really on the wide right, and on the left, maybe Kulusevski goes out there, maybe, and Kudus, I don't know. Lisha, they finished below us, mate, and a scrappy goal to win the Europa League, so they aren't playing big boys. Well, they're behaving like a big club. United are not behaving like a big club. Spurs have got the business done early. They had a very bad season, and they sacked their manager. Man United had a worse season and kept their manager. And I think they'll end up sacking him anyway. So it just all feels a little bit. And Spurs get the business done early as well. Spurs get the business done. Sean Dyche, Rishi won't rejoin now that we've signed Barry. As much as I'd like him back, we finished above United and Spurs. Look where that got us. Certainly not Europe. Yeah. I mean, Richarlison could play. Maybe you could. It wouldn't be a bad move if you got Richarlison instead of having. Maybe you could move and die over to the right, or put Richie on the right, and then you're having Richie, Barry, and Die front three. That'd be all right, wouldn't it? That'd be a bit more dynamic. This year, would rather invest in Xerxes than paying 80 million for Ekatike. I think your owners and your manager would disagree. You made what happened to getting Isak. You were so confident. Well, I said 60%. I said 60% chance of it happening. So I don't know about so confident. Callum, we beat PSG in a Super Cup too, so come on. I wouldn't be surprised if you did, you know. Sean, we just need a good right winger rather than trying to re-sign Harrison, and we'll have a good attack. Well, you'll have a better attack. I still think Beto's your best centre forward. Beto's your best centre forward. Daz, who would be vice captain next season? Do you think? I think Mo. Yeah, it will be. Yeah, it'll be Salah and Salah and Verge. Captains. Right, we've got 40 minutes left in this game. Pat's pretty much in control. Hegelmann not really laying a glove on him. Sean Dyche, Beto is a good striker, but he's too reliant on confidence. He's a purple patch striker. Yeah. I think, obviously, Tierno Barry's going to be a bit of a question mark. He's going to be an enigma this season, isn't he? He's going to be someone who you just don't really know what to expect. So, could be fantastic, could equally be a bit nias. But either way, whatever happens, even if he finishes the season with like 5 goals, you'd want to give him another year, wouldn't you? You'd want to, he's so young, you'd want to give him time. So it kind of doesn't really matter all that much what Barry does this season. Sean Dyche, mediocre, or the next Richarlison, one or the other. Kevin Prada, I need one more goal from either team. I don't know if you're going to get it, mate, I'll be honest. Pats aren't really pushing forward. And neither Hegelmann needs to score 2 goals, and they don't look like they can keep hold of it. Every time they pick the ball up, they're losing it. Pats are winning all of the second balls. Pats have probably got the best chance of scoring, but there's been no chances in this second half. It's been very, very quiet. Very, very quiet in this one. Again, if you haven't yet, please do give us a like and a subscribe. As well as checking out our sponsor as well, of course. You can go and see more in my description. If you want to find out a little bit more about that, please go and do so. Mediocre for the next Richarlison, one or the other. Ooh, claim for an handball. It is going to be a free kick. Oh, no, it's not. Let's just give a throw in. Hegelmann pushing forward. It's a pretty dour game, this. I've got to be honest. It's been a pretty dour game. Daz Reynolds, will the away kit be the white one? No, the away kit... Well, yes, the third kit is the green one. Third kit's the green one. Jack May, when do you think we get a here we go for Ekatike? It seems to be moving quite quickly, So I would imagine maybe Monday or Tuesday. Yeah, maybe early next week. Seems to be moving quite quickly, so I would imagine Liverpool get it wrapped up. And the only thing that could change it is, and it's, by the way, this is not from me, you know, I think it was Keith Downey at Sky Sports said this literally just before I was coming on air. Pats are in. It's 2-0. What a goal. Fabulous finish. It's a lovely, lovely finish. Amelia again playing his part. It's 2-0 to Pats and 3-0 on aggregate now. Pats quite comfortably in charge of this tie and going through. It's a left foot finish. It's Melia who gets the assist. He's got a goal and an assist in this one. Wonderful bit of play. Really, really sharp play by Melia. Lays it off into the path of the number 11 who's just come on. Has he come on? Has he just come on? No, McClelland. I saw there'd been a sub. There was a sub at half-time. El Bouzidi came on for Mulroney, but no, it wasn't. It was McClelland, Jason McClelland, who picks the ball up and smashes it into the top corner. 2-0 Pats, 3-0 on aggregate, and yeah, Pats looking like they're through. It's not McClelland, it's Kee and Levy. It's Kee and Levy. They gave the goal to McClelland on here. It's Kee and Levy. Kevin Prada got my goal. Nice. I like it. But yeah, Jack, I think it seems to be moving quite quickly, so I would probably say early next week that Liverpool get maybe a here we go on Ekitike. But sorry, coming back to it, the only thing that could slow it down is maybe if Alexander Isak puts a transfer request in. Because this has come from, I think it's Keith Downey at Sky Sports reported on this literally just a few minutes before I came on air. He said that the move for Alexander Isak from Liverpool is still not entirely called off. The pursuit is still ongoing. I don't know what that really means, what you can read into that, but he said that the pursuit is still ongoing and that Liverpool, even with as far as they've gone with Ekitike, it still appears to be on course in some way, shape or form. William, how's it going? Good to see you. How close is Ekitike, you reckon? I don't really know the answer. Honestly, I don't really know the answer. It seems that we're working really, really hard to get it done. But the news out today suggests that Alexander Isak's deal is not finished. There's still a pursuit on. There's still something that could happen there. So I don't really know what to make of that, other than maybe we're trying to encourage Isak to put a transfer request in. If Isak was to put a transfer request in, then that changes everything again, doesn't it? That throws a spanner in the works. I don't know. Maybe there's a chance that Ekitike still ends up at Newcastle. Who knows? This is not from me. This is what Downey's saying. This is what Keith Downey at Sky Sports has said. That the pursuit is still ongoing. So if Liverpool manage to get Ekitike sewn up, then we call off the pursuit for Isak. But that would imply that at least the pursuit for Isak is still ongoing. Hegelmann pushing forward yet again. Will, how's it going? How are you doing? I'm good, mate. Yeah, I'm really good. Thank you. How are you doing, more importantly? Imagine if we sign both. We're definitely not signing both. It'd be funny, but no, we're definitely not signing both. That's got to be a penalty, ref. Oh, that really should have been a penalty to Pats. Really should have been a penalty. I can't believe they've not give that. Mason Melia picks the ball up. He knocks it straight past the defender. He's a player in Mason Melia. No, do you know what? On reflection, it probably wasn't a penalty. It probably wasn't a penalty. Champagne Sammy, is it okay if I write I studied accounting on my CV, even if I did business management at uni? Yeah, if you want. My modal Conzo, how's it going? Good to see you. How's things? Greetings from Italy, beautiful jerseys. Thank you very much. Buonasera. By the way, if you haven't yet, please do go and give us a follow on X, on Twitter, on YouTube, Premier League Dad. Go and check us out. Go and subscribe. We're live every single day. Go and check us out. And yeah, let me know if you're joining us tonight for England women against Sweden women in the UEFA Women's European Championships. Really looking forward to it. My model, you have Messi's 2011. No. Pat's down the left-hand side. I think it is Levy at this time. Back to... he's got Melia in the middle. Stephen Brady, who scored the second? It was Levy. Yeah, it was Kee and Levy who scored it. Smashed it into the top corner. Really, really good finish. After being set up by Mason Melia. Melia got a goal and an assist in this one now. Model, how is the weather there? It's been very, very hot for a number of weeks, and all of a sudden it's gone really cloudy and overcast. But it's still quite warm. But there's not really much sun today. Rashid about to come on for Hegelmann. Rashid Yusuf coming on for Keda and Joya. Abdel Popescu also coming on. So it's looking like a couple of attacking changes for Hegelmann. They need 3 goals now. 3 goals in the next 30 minutes. Can you say a few words in Italian? I don't know any Italian, mate. I'm really sorry. William, what do you reckon the score will be tonight against Sweden? I imagine it's going to be a high-scoring one, mate. I would say maybe 3-2. 3-1, 3-2. Ken, from what you've seen over the last 2 days, who are the better side, Pats or Shells? New subscriber in Dublin. I would say, Ken, it's a very good question, by the way. I appreciate you subscribing, appreciate you asking the question, getting involved on the chat. Good to have you on the channel, mate. I would say... It's difficult because I think the quality of the opposition you've got to take into account, and these have been very, very poor, Hegelmann, in both legs, but particularly this one. They've been absolutely shocking, whereas Linfield I didn't think were particularly good, but they had a lot of fight about them, and obviously they created some pretty big chances against Shells yesterday. So given the quality of the opposition, I would say... I think I'm probably more inclined to say Patch, you know. And the only reason I'd say that is because there's probably not a lot in it. There really isn't that much in it, I would say. There isn't that much in it. Odobiko is a very, very decent centre-forward. I was impressed by Boyd, actually, when he came on in the first leg. But I like the look of Melia. I really like the look of that kid. There's something about him. And it was a good finish from Levy as well, cutting in. They've not really had any problems in this game. So it's difficult to say based off just one game. That's what I would say. It'd be difficult to say based off just one game, especially when both sides are both questionable opposition. So I'll say that. Memodal, do you have any CR7 jerseys? No, absolutely not. Would never dream of having a CR7 jersey. I'm a Liverpool fan. Daz Reynolds just followed you on X. Cheers, Daz. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you very much, sir. There are my links right there, by the way, if you do want to give us a follow on YouTube and a follow on X and TikTok and wherever else, please do so. Thank you very much. Reece looking like Liverpool and Ekatike. Yeah, it does look like it at this moment in time, mate, unless Isak put to transfer request in. Unless Isak put to transfer request in, it's looking very much like Ekatike in Liverpool. Reece 70 mil plus add-ons, I'd assume. He's probably in that region, yeah. Maybe because we can probably afford to pay more up front as well than Newcastle could. From a PSR perspective, we've got a load of cash in the bank because we've not spent for a long while. Whereas I think Newcastle have spent, the best part of 120 million over the last 12 months. So, I think Liverpool, we've got a bit of time. We've got a bit of good grace that we can maybe say to Frankfurt, listen, we want to pay less of a total fee, but we'll pay more of it up front. They're probably happy with that. Instead of the 80 million or whatever it was that Newcastle offered you spread across 20 years, we'll give you 65, 70, but we'll give you a big chunk of it up front. I don't even think these have had a shot on target. I'm sorry, it's been a difficult game to watch this. It's been a difficult game to watch. They've not been particularly enthralling, either of them. And the plastic pitch hasn't helped. Again, I keep coming back to it. Every time we've watched a game on a plastic pitch on this channel, it has been absolutely shocking. So I really should research the stadiums and the pitches before picking which games we do, because it's so bad. It is so bad. Shot from distance, good save from the keeper. Hegelmann just about clear it away. Pat's looking more likely to score and kill the game off. Tobias, Sean Longstaff to Leeds, here we go. William thinks that's a blow for Newcastle. Well, it creates another hole in the squad. They're going to have to go and get a midfielder now as well. And again, they've still only got one signing actually wrapped up coming into August. They're in the same boat as Man United. They're in literally the same boat as Man United. Dilly-dallying, faffing around. They've not got anything done. So they're going to have to go and try and get something done. Long ball forward. Nice, easy claim for the Pats goalkeeper there. Sean Longstaff for 12 mil plus 3 mil add-ons. Absolute bargain, if you ask me. It's Premier League experience. So yeah, for Leeds, I would say it's not a bad signing at all. I think he might end up being the type of signing that could end up keeping Leeds up. So not a bad one at all. William says Sunderland are having a crazy window though. Yeah, Sunderland are going to cause... Again, it feels like a much better, more competitive window from the sides at the bottom. Burnley apart. I think Burnley are really not having a good window at all. And that is maybe in stark contrast to Leeds and Sunderland. Leeds and Sunderland feel like they're preparing. Feels like they're preparing. And they could have a real chance. If they go and get Granit Xhaka, Sunderland, I think they've got every chance of staying up. Leeds, I still think Leeds are desperate for a keeper and a centre forward. There's still more work to be done for all of those teams at the bottom. But right now, I can only hand on heart say that I'm certain that Burnley will go down. I am certain that Burnley will go down. Leeds and Sunderland, we shall see. William, I mean, they nearly got Petrovic, but he's gone to Bournemouth now. Yeah. To be honest, Sunderland's goalkeeper's not that much of an issue, I don't think. Patterson's a good goalkeeper. Tobias, we need a goalkeeper, a striker, and a left winger, and then we're sorted. Have you signed, what's his face? Solomon. Have you signed Manor Solomon? Has that been confirmed as like a permanent deal, or has he gone back to Spurs? I didn't see. Lloyd, what team do you support, mate? I'm a Liverpool fan, Lloyd. Tobias, no, Solomon's meant to be staying at Spurs. Really? Ronan, any Leeds news? Just at Long, we've just been talking about Longstaff signing for Leeds and what that might mean for him and what else they still need in this window. Tobias, gutted, he's staying at Spurs, I'll be honest. I guess it, yeah, I mean, it's going to be mad. It's really going to be mad to see what they do with him because I can't see him staying. I think he ends up moving on. Maybe it's just one of them that gets done late in the window, Manor Solomon. So is Isak off now? Well, according to Sky Sports' Keith Downey, no, it's not off. It's still very much a pursuit that is ongoing. Apparently Liverpool have made tracks on Ekatike and, you know, an offer is still forthcoming with Liverpool and Frankfurt. Apparently we've agreed a 6-year contract with Ekatike. But we've not actually done anything with Frankfurt yet. And there is rumours that Liverpool are trying to force Isak's hand, trying to get Isak to put a transfer request in. So, yeah, I don't know. We don't know. We don't know. If the transfer window ended now, where would Man United finish? 16th? 17th? They'll struggle again, United. They really will struggle again. Lloyd, I'm a Fulham fan. Nothing going on. Nice. I mean, I like Fulham. I really like Fulham. How do you think you guys will get on this season? Hopefully we get Isak. I don't rate Ekatike. I mean, honestly, Ekatike's probably the next best thing. If you can't get Isak, and we always knew Isak was going to be a stretch. If you can't get Isak, Ekatike is probably the next best thing. So I'm content with it, mate. I'm content with it. There's really not an awful lot beyond Ekatike that I'd look at and say, like, I'm absolutely certain. So no, Ekatike's better than Sesko, in my opinion. Mate, again, each to their own. But no, Sesko I wouldn't have at Liverpool, and I wouldn't have Gyökeres, Osimhen. I think I'd rather Ekatike over Osimhen. Gyökeres I wouldn't have at all, to be honest. It couldn't pay me to have Gyökeres. Ronan, we need a new keeper at Leeds. Yeah, definitely need a new keeper and a centre forward for sure. Tobias, that'll be class. I followed you, by the way. Cheers, Tobias. Thank you. Unless you were talking to Ronan. If you can go and give us a follow on YouTube and you can go and give us a follow on X as well, it would make a massive difference to my day. It's a long ball over to the far side and it's cleared away by Pats. Who would you say you need as keeper? Who would you go for as a keeper? Because I really thought Leeds would go for Kelleher. I think Brentford managed to get a great deal there, but who do you think Leeds go for goalkeeper-wise? Are there any rumours doing the rounds that anyone you might particularly go for? Milinkovic-Savic. Bloody hell. See if you can get his brother. See if you can get their kid to come along as well. Pat's coming away down the right-hand side here. Again, it's Levy. Oh, it's wonderful play. I just feel Ekatike fell off when Marmoush left. Yeah, no, but that's no surprise, because to be honest, mate, Frankfurt did. If you take... There was only really those two in Frankfurt. If you take one of the two best players in a team, take them away, it's not really surprising that they have a bit of a fall off. And again, there's a lot of fantastic players come out of the Bundesliga in recent years, come to the Premier League, done wonderfully well. Obviously, Bobby Firmino for us. But even beyond that, you look at Mateta. Mateta's done really well. Marmoush himself. Marmoush has come to the Premier League and done really, really well. And then you look beyond that. You look at, Kanate, Gvardiol, Van der Ven. Quite a few. Kanate, Van der Ven. Who else would we say? De Bruyne, obviously. Tobias, have a look at Ramsdale or Milinkovic-Savic. I'd reckon I'd rather Milinkovic-Savic. Yeah, anyone but Ramsdale. Anyone but Ramsdale. Daz, who's better to follow, Romano or David Lynch for Liverpool news? Do you know what, mate? I would say, Daz, don't put your stock in any one person. You just, all you can do, really, is try to follow as many people, as many sources as you can, and you try to discern who's talking nonsense and who's not. So I would say follow everyone and try to apply your own filters to it. I think we will still get Isak still, I can't lie. And well, I don't know. Maybe it's a power play from Liverpool. Maybe it's a thing to try and tempt Isak to put a transfer request in. Because again, I am firmly of the belief that Liverpool don't make that approach to Newcastle unless they've had encouragement from Isak. It just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. There's no world where that happens. So Liverpool, I think, have now gone to Newcastle. Newcastle have said, nah, he's not for sale, which we expected him to say. And now Liverpool have gone to Isak and gone, right, well, we've knocked on the door, we've asked. So what I would like you to do now is maybe go and let them know, create a bit of a fuss internally. You're going to have to go and tell them that you want to leave. Or you're going to have to publicly state you want to leave. You're going to have to put a transfer request in. That is the only trump card that Isak has to play. And if he plays it, I think we'll get him. If he plays it, I think we'll get him. But if he doesn't want to play it, then that's fine. He doesn't have to. He'll stay at Newcastle. He probably won't win a bean again next year, and Liverpool will move on with Ekitike. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. I think Isak needs Liverpool more than Liverpool need Isak. Put it that way. Isak needs Liverpool more than Liverpool need Isak. Remember that. Remember that. Ronan Leeds to sign Eddie Nketiah. God, that would be shocking. That wouldn't be a good signing. That wouldn't be a good signing. Hegelmann pushing forward yet again. Honestly, people are asking, will you comment on the game and stuff like that? But honestly, I wish I could tell you how bad this game has been. It's been so bad to watch. Really, really bad to watch. There's not been any action in the final third from either side. It's been really, really poor. Apart from, it's one of them games where the only action has been the goal. A goal in each half. Mason Mealy has been the bright spark in it, but the pitch has really hindered both sides. It's bobbled, it's bounced uneven in some places. It's a plastic pitch, it's an AstroTurf. Be yourself, Dylan. I'm being interviewed by the Independent newspaper tomorrow. Wow, well done you. Look at you, mate. Well done. That's awesome news. If they ask you, have you got any other subscribers that you like, or any other channels that you like, any channels that inspire you, just give us a quick shout out. Let us know. West Yorkshire last, Newcastle interested in Nunes. I hope not. I honestly, that would trigger me. That really would trigger me. If Liverpool ended up giving Nunes to Newcastle and we got Isak, I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't like that. That would really, really annoy me. Bobby, who do you support? I'm a Liverpool fan, Bobby. Matt, what if Newcastle played a blinder, keep Isak and go for Sesko? Why would they keep Isak and go for Sesko? Again, this is all this nonsense about Newcastle being able to attract two strikers like that. They can't. They can't. Ronan, what if Gyökeres goes to Newcastle after Isak goes to Liverpool? That's probably more like it. Gyökeres is shocking. Gyökeres is absolutely shocking. So, yeah, if Gyökeres does go to, I think he's almost certainly going to Arsenal. But if he did go to Newcastle, then yeah, I could see that happening, but only if they sold Isak. You know, look at the players who they've seriously been linked with. Seriously been linked with. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Johan Visser today. Those players are the players Newcastle will get to play behind to play behind Isak. They're not getting João Pedro and Ekitike and Sesko. They're not getting those players. They don't get those players. If they sign one of those players, it's to replace Isak. That's the only reason they sign one of those players. The only reason. There's no other reason that they sign him. Pat's coming forward now again. Really, really smart play in midfield. That's going to be an easy yellow card, I would imagine. Imagine LFC get Ekitike and Isak. Can't see it. And you know what? I wouldn't really want him. It'd be funny, but I wouldn't want him. That's not the centre forward. That's not a centre forward line that works. They both play in exactly the same position. And they both do the same thing, which is peel off into the left channel. They literally both peel off into the left channel every single time. That is their move. So Isak going off into the left, the Ekitike trying to duplicate it. Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. They just end up clogging the pitch up. Right, a free kick. A throw-in on the right-hand side here for Hegelmann. And they've got a chance to put a ball into the box. Pulled back, cleared away by Pats. Better from Pats. Much, much better. And that is going to be a free kick and another yellow card. Just about keeps it 11v11 because this referee's... Looks like Hegelmann are now just starting to lash out a little bit. Just about starting to lash out. Jay, how come you think Gyökeres is shocking, bud? Shocking's probably an overstatement. I don't think he's a Premier League winning centre forward. I think he comes in, he probably scores 15. There or about 10 to 15. Like, I think he's just an okay centre forward. He doesn't move the needle for Arsenal. I think you might as well have played Gabriel Jesus up there. I think Jesus is maybe just as good. Gyökeres is one of those players who looks a lot better than he actually is. There's no evidence at all to suggest that Gyökeres is a top centre forward. None. His performance in the Championship was really, really average. Really average. The only performance in the Champions League of note was when he got a hat-trick against Man City. That was against a 18-year-old centre-back who was making his debut, Simpson Pusi, and he scored 2 penalties that day. Yeah, there you go, 2 penalties. He scored however many goals in the Portugal League, the Primeira Liga. He scored, 97 and 102 or something like that over 2 seasons. Yeah, again, that's about a similar goal scoring rate to Bas Dost and Islam Slimani and Hulk. Again, other strikers who played in the Primeira Liga who weren't all that good, who came to Europe and played in top leagues and didn't really do all that well there. So I feel like he's massively, massively overrated. Even his international record, you look at his international record, he's got something like 15 goals in 26 games, and you think, wow, that's not bad at all for Sweden. You look a little bit deeper, 12 of those 15 have come against Azerbaijan. I think he got 4 or 5 against Azerbaijan. He got 3 or 4 against Estonia. I think he got 2 or 3 more in friendlies. So 12 of the 15 are in friendlies and against teams that are basically Sunday League sides. So yeah, Gyökeres is not a £70 million centre forward. I think Arsenal will find that out to their cost next season. Right, Pat's knocking it long yet again. Ooh, naughty tackle. Gyökeres is better than Ekitike. Alright. I think you'll be proven wrong quite easily, but okay. Fair enough. To each their own. Harley Sims, yes mate, good to see you. The thing is with Viktor Gyökeres is that at 22 years of age, which is what Ekitike is, at 22 years of age he was, well, I mean he's 27 now, isn't he, Viktor Gyökeres? So, you know, 5 years ago, Viktor Gyökeres was playing for Swansea and he played 11 games and didn't score a single goal. 11 games for Swansea, didn't score a single goal. That's what Viktor Gyökeres was doing at the same age as Hugo Ekitike. Draw your own conclusions. Harley Sims, how are you, pal? I'm good, mate. Yeah, I'm good. How are you? Paul Taylor, Isak is still the best player in the world. Okay. Okay, Paul. Okay. If you say so, mate. Right, to corner to Pat's here now. To corner to Pat's. Jay, how's it going, Jay? Happy Thursday, Copite. How's you, mate? Up the toffees. Good to see you, lad. How's it going? I'm very good. I'm very, very good, yeah. I'm looking forward to the start of the new season. I'm looking forward to the Women's Euros game tonight. We've got England against Sweden in the Women's Euros quarter-final. That kicks off in little over an hour's time. I'm just watching Hegelmann against St. Pat's in the Conference League first round qualifier. Jimmy Jones, what team are you, pal? COYS. Come on, you Spurs. I'll tell you something, Jimmy. I support a team that massively supported your team in the Europa League final. And not really because I've got a particular affinity to Spurs, but because I disliked the team you were playing against. So no, I'm a Liverpool fan, mate. I'm a Liverpool fan. I've been a Liverpool fan all my life. Yeah, I'm a Liverpool fan, but I do like Spurs, and I really, really like Thomas Frank, and I've said repeatedly on this channel that I think you're going to be the most improved side next season. I could see you going from, 17th to maybe 6th, maybe even 5th. Who knows? You could even have an outside chance of Champions League footy. Bull score, is it? It's 2-0 to Pats, 3-0 to Pats on aggregate. They've absolutely smashed them over two legs here, St. Pat's. Jimmy Jones, you'll never walk alone, R.I.P. Jots. Nice of you to say, mate. Very nice of you to say. Okay, corner to Pat's here now. Ball whipped over to the far post. It's all a bit scrappy. It's not going to be a penalty. There was a claim for a penalty here, but there's a head injury and we've got blood. Bad collision in the air. Bull, not long till the season is back. Yeah, no, it's going to be great. I'm really looking forward to it. West Yorkshire lass, Elliott and Morton to West Ham advancing. Really? Wow. See, Elliott to West Ham would be fantastic. I'd like that. West Ham to sanction double sale to afford Harvey Elliott. If they got Harvey Elliott and Tyler Morton, how much would they be paying for that? That's, as an absolute minimum, that's like 60, 70 million. Definitely 60, 70 million. Bull, you watch any football, you, mate? Just a bit. Just a little, just a spot. Jimmy Jones, good player, Isak. I prefer Isak. I would take Elliott. Elliott at Spurs? No, you've got too many of that type of player. Far too many of that type of player. Kudus is better than Elliott. And to be honest, as good a player as Elliott is, I don't think he gets in the Spurs side. I think he'd probably be in the same sort of position at Spurs as he is for Liverpool. He's a wonderful player, really, really likeable player. I'd like to keep him at Liverpool selfishly, but it would be the wrong thing. He's a wonderful, but he needs to go and move on for the sake of his own career. You could be a scout for someone. Well, I mean, I'd like that, but you know what? I get called murder on this channel saying I've talked shite, and I can't. I don't. You know, my opinion's not worth a sausage. So I don't know who's paying me to scout for him. Steve, one night, Key, we should talk about food. Hey, I don't mind talking about food. Could do with some food, actually. Look like I'm wasting away. Look at me on camera and wave no left of me. It's falling off me. Hegelmann pushing forward here. They've got 3 goals in 2 minutes. It's a tall order. Somehow can't see it. West Yorkshire Lash, West Ham also want Jack Grealish too. Morton, Grealish and Elliott. That'd be some front 3 with Bowen as well. That'd be alright. Bull, you happy watching any football? That's the main thing. Yeah, mate, I'll watch anything. I'll watch if there's a ball on grass, I'll watch it. Whenever I take the dog down the park on a Sunday, I'll watch whoever's playing. Sunday League. It's all good fun. But we've got maybe 90 seconds left here in this one. Hegelmann 0, Pats 2. Pat's going through to the second round of the Europa Conference League. Bull, you ever go watching on League? Yes, I have. I frequently go to... well, I say frequently. I went quite a bit last season and for the last few years, but I used to go and watch a fair bit of Altrincham at Moss Lane. So I'd go and maybe watch a fair bit of that. Steve, not being funny, Key, you sound like a good person and everyone has their opinions. Oh, I'm you know, I've never done anyone a wrong turn. I sleep well at night, so as far as being a good person goes, I'm alright with that, but don't know about footy opinions. Bull, yeah, I watched Southport, nice. Taking me little girl Southport, so I think maybe not this weekend, but yeah, we're going to be going Southport soon. Love going Southport. Right, there you go. Full time in this one. Hegelmann 0, Pats 2, 3-0 on aggregate. They've absolutely walked over them here. It's been a really, really good performance from Pats. Home and away, they've absolutely wrapped it up. Yeah, really, really good performance. Deserved to go through. Bull, yes, mate, been ulti a few times too, to be honest. Nice. Nice. Yeah, it's alright. It's a decent ground, Moss Lane. Right, well, listen, I will be back in... I'll be moving the Euros game to 7:30. So what I'll do is... I will just change the... Let me go to the studio. Yeah, Sweden and England. I will be live from 7:30. By the way, so I'm gonna move that one from 7 PM to 7:30 because I was never intending to do this game, to be honest. So I'll be live at 7:30 for Sweden women against England women in the UEFA Women's European Championships quarter-final. If you're joining me for that, get over to YouTube, Premier League Dad, give us a like, give us a follow, give us a subscribe, and I will see you all in a little bit. West Yorkshire Lass says, I go to Ainsdale Beach as it's easier for my children with having autism. Nice. See, do you know what? Ainsdale Beach I've not been for a while. Formby's nice, obviously, with the Anthony Gormley statues and stuff, but it gets a little bit sludgy there if you're not careful. But yeah, lots of nice beaches around that way, isn't there? Lots of nice beaches. I haven't been to Ainsdale Beach in a very long time. Steve Keane, what about Accrington Stanley? Like the advert, who are they? I've not been to Ackies. Okay, right, well listen, Crosby. Is it Crosby? I thought that was Formby. It is Crosby. It is Crosby. I always get them confused. West Yorkshire Lass, thanks for that. See you later, mate. No worries, take it easy. I will be back in about half an hour or so. If you're joining me, give us a like and I'll see you then. And yeah, see you shortly. Take it easy.